Please share with our audience today, what are some of the things that people can do to be well and to live well?
You know, I say mental health is our greatest wealth these days. I've seen a lot of people struggling with anxiety and depression, and those things don't happen overnight. Anxiety comes from, you might have the genetic influence, but a lot of it comes from when we want to please other people, when we do things that is not who we really are. When we don't know how to manage ourselves, then we feel anxious. So it's feeling anxious over a period of time. And for me, it's like it's such a fine curve. It's like on a continuum. You on the one side you got mental wellness, on the other side you have mental illness. So how do you stay balanced? I say you go within. You start looking at your life holistically. It's not only about the physical. It's about the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And then you start focusing on that. I say the new currency of the world is this. It's mental wellness. It's holistic living. It's one that is priceless. You can't put a price to spiritual wellness. You just build yourself up and then you become that. And then you start sharing yourself with the world. If you cut yourself physically by mistake, say you were cutting bread or cutting an orange, and by mistake you cut your finger, what will you do with that?
So that would remain a scar on your physical, on your skin, and say, I am me, I am strong, I was able to survive a certain challenge. Why not now? It means that you are able to get hurt, but then you heal at the end, and you still continue with this journey in life to pursuing your own inner strength.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I heard you saying you have the cut and then you have the scar so you can see it. And then you spoke about healing. And then you spoke about how to learn from that and how to evolve. And that's beautiful. And so it takes us back to that physical thing you see. Before it becomes a scar, it's an open wound. Now you can see that. And the difference between that and your mental wellness is that you don't see mental wellness. One day you're feeling good, and then a while after that, you're not feeling good. So instead of waiting or not working on yourself, it's good to always work on yourself. It's good to find the things that energizes you so that you can it's becoming aware. You mentioned it. Become aware of what's going on for you. Feeling stressed is okay. A fair amount of stress is good, but when it becomes overwhelming, that's when it's a problem. When it's prolonged, it's a problem, because then it starts affecting your physical way of showing up. But it's not only affecting that, it's affecting your mental, it's affecting your emotional, it might even be affecting your spiritual. So holistically, if you work on yourself holistically, you'll find that you will be in a better mental wellness to start navigating through your life. And I think that's very important for people to start focusing on things like that. In my life, after the incident with my dad, I was left speechless. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to move forward. And that was the only thing in my life. And I've been through quite a few challenges in my life, but that was the only thing that brought me down, that made me it left me feeling vulnerable. I think that's the word. And so it took me a while to come back to myself, and I was so angry. I did things that was not nice. I'd be swearing in traffic. I'd be driving fast. I'd be cutting, cutting the cars off, and I was just angry. And then I realized I had another incident with the taxi driver where he stopped me in the middle of town, and he was a point of middle finger at him, and that's how angry I was. and he rubbed his taxi on my car. I could hear metal on metal. And in that moment, I said to myself, oh my, what am I doing? I have a young child. If anything goes wrong with me here, who is going to look after her? I am being so selfish. Because I thought it was only about me and my pain. And it wasn't. And so that led me on to finding ways of now sorting my anger out. And that took me on a journey to start meditating. And so my family started laughing at me, and they take photos of me where I'm trying to meditate. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to meditate. But I kept doing it. And as I continued doing it, I found that it made me feel good. It energized me. I had a clearer perspective. I could see things differently. And I continued. And I'm doing it now for about 7-8 years. And it has evolved to a point where I can be calm. I can be patient. And a lot of the things is just, oh, that's that person's perspective. You know, if they say something to me, before I'd retaliate. But now I'm like, oh, they see things differently. Maybe something's going on for them. Let them be. So, yes, I have my moments, but it's like once in a blue moon. It's not like how it used to be. So I think that is what I talk about when I say, do the things that is going to elevate your wellness. Because if you don't, if I didn't sort my anger issues out, I could have had a stroke, I could have had a heart attack, I could have been in an accident, I could have even had the road rage incidents we see today. It's because I wasn't taking care of my wellness. But I decided that looking after myself is more important. And then I can look after everybody else. And I think that's what I want to leave everybody with.
Ladies and gentlemen, the young and the old, you've had it. Life coach, Coach Denira, she had shared some valuable tips with us all. Let us all always think about the things that we should always do to heal ourselves. It is not about others, it is about ourselves. Let us look inside in our own inner world and actually learn to evaluate, to observe on what are some of the things that are actually bothering us. Let us really invest in growing ourselves personally. Let us really invest in equipping ourselves so that we become more mindful of this thing called life. This is Radio Pathways, and thank you very much, Coach Denira, for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Joshua, and thank you for giving me this platform to share some very personal stories about my life. I hope that what I've shared resonates with people. I hope that it's going to help them. You know what? You have one life. Make the best of it. Thank you very much.
This is Radio Pathways. It is unlocking human potential. Till next time.